What's up, everybody? Here we are in the studio again. We've got a very special guest in the studio today. Real big content creator on TikTok. Local business owner in Corbin, Kentucky, Mr. Pual Buchanan. Now, also known as Country Cupid, right?
Yeah, Country Cupid. I mean, people see me out all the time, but they don't recognize me if I have the clothes on, man.
Yeah. Luckily for us, you showed up in the half of the attire.
Right. I covered up just in case I got pulled over on the way here.
That'd be bad.
It's cold outside.
It is cold outside. And you brought the boss with you today,
Mr. Sampson. He's in some of our videos.
Yeah. You want to introduce yourself, little man?
Hello, I'm Samson Buchanan, a YouTuber on YouTube.
YouTuber on YouTube. Okay, so you have a channel?
Yes.
What's the name of your channel?
SD Ghost Hunters.
SD Ghost Hunters.
Oh, SD Ghost Hunters. Oh, cool. Okay, well, that's something I could probably get into. Ghost hunting, yeah.
We have a lot of fun. We went to Orlando. We were living in Orlando for a little while. I went and seen Bob Ross and all kinds of places.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's
check
cool.
some of that stuff out.
That's cool. That's awesome. So now let's jump right into this. You're Pual Buchanan, obviously.
Uh-huh.
Sugar Booger Custom Cakes. Now, that is in Corbin, right?
That is in Corbin, yes, sir.
Now, we was talking a little bit about this before I hit the record button. And this Country Cupid character that you do is hilarious.
Thank you.
It's hilarious. I actually get on my wife's nerves laughing about it, which she loves it too.
Yeah.
But it's just hilarious watching you walk in these Daisy Dukes and these suspenders and shirts, and you're not very well covered up.
Right.
So let's just go back and retell what you told me and how this originated, where it come from, and the idea behind it.
Sure. So my wife and I, we have the bakery in town, and it got to be Valentine's Day, and flowers are so expensive. So sending flowers on Valentine's Day is easy, $100. We're like, maybe we could do a cupcake delivery. Mm-hmm. So she was kicking around on Facebook or YouTube or something, and seen a video of this guy who was cut a lot better. I like to describe him as maybe the Patrick Swayze of the Cupids, and maybe the Chris Farley of the Cupids, if you get the reference.
Yeah, I do.
So, I mean, this guy was cut. He looked really good, and he's goes into this office, and he does this little Cupid delivery, and she's like, we should do that. I said, you're right, we should. That would be fantastic. There ain't nothing like that going on around here.
That's true.
So, obviously, at first, it wasn't nothing I wanted any part of. Mm-hmm. But I had a buddy, and I talked to him, and I was like, hey, man, how would you feel about getting into some of this Country Cupid stuff? I said, I've got this idea. Boots, cut-off jeans, suspenders, and a shirt that lets your gut hang out. And he goes, loving it.
Oh, yeah?
Loving it.
Yeah.
And he's just one of those guys.
Yeah.
And so we get him out there, and we shoot. We show him and his get up, say that we're going to do the delivery. Mm-hmm. Ask how many people would be interested in it. Of course, there was a ton.
Oh, yeah.
So once we got that, we locked in a price. We were doing like $50. And then how do we do it so that people don't know that we're coming?
Yeah.
Because every one of the videos, nobody knows that we're going to come.
You can definitely tell it too.
The secrecy is a big deal.
Yeah. The looks on these people's faces when you walk in and that music playing.
Well, that's only the videos that I can share. There's a ton of videos.
Oh, really?
That says, don't put this on TikTok.
Really?
Don't share this.
Oh, my God.
I'll share one of those moments with you a little later.
Okay.
So we figure out how to get the secrecy in, how to get somebody involved on the inside to get us into the place, because a lot of these places are where they work at.
Yeah. I noticed that.
We've caught a bunch of folks in restaurants, but a lot of it's where they work.
Yeah.
So then, obviously there's got to be the checks and balances that the management's okay that we come in, and who's going to make that phone call and this and that.
Yeah.
But we finally got it worked out. We do it, and it's a huge hit.
Yeah.
Huge hit. We don't have TikTok at the time. We just share the videos on the Facebook page, the business page. And everybody's like, oh, I love this. So then from Valentine's Day, I went to birthdays and anniversaries.
Yeah.
So Cupid wasn't just busy one time a year. It got to be where it was busy all the time.
Yeah.
So my buddy that I got to do it, again, he's one of those great guys, but a lot of times those great guys aren't the most dependable people that you know. Your
Right.
fun-loving friend,
Oh, absolutely.
most of the time, isn't the most dependable guy you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we had all these bookings to do these, and well, I didn't want to give the money back.
Obviously.
And I was like, well, maybe I'll try this.
Yeah.
So the first Cupid that we do, I think it's at maybe Mikasa and Corbin, and I get there half an hour early. Like, I think I beat the party there just because I needed to have time to let my nerves settle.
Yeah.
That I'm actually fixing to go in this place. And there's going to be people that recognize me as not Cupid, but maybe Paul from the hospital, or
Yeah.
Paul as Sarah's dad or Samson's dad. They're going to see me, or maybe Bill's son or Charlene's son, you know?
What is this guy doing?
What is this?
Falling on hard times or something?
Right. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to go to my 20-year reunion to talk about how I dance for money, you know?
They might have you in the different profession.
How many people would believe it? You know?
Yeah. Oh, my
so
God.
I sit out there maybe a half hour. My stomach's turning. And we
Oh,
go
I can't
in
even
there.
imagine.
Yeah, because you know because they always put party rooms in the back of these places.
Yeah.
So you got to walk through the front. Everybody in that place sees you
Uh-huh.
before you actually get to where you're going, and then you've got to do what you got to do when you get there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then we needed the right song. You know, because and the My Humps, those trumpets hit. And that very beginning of that song, that causes people to this day just to turn around and
It does.
look.
It does.
People look.
That's
where
an
I'm
attention
at.
getter.
Right. So we go in there, we do this. I'm like, that's not that bad. And my wife's like, oh, great, we've only got 10 more to do.
Oh, yeah. It's only
like,
10 more.
And so 10, and then they're $50 for the delivery, and we bring a dozen cupcakes with us.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not just me showing up. So you can save money on the cake too. We'll pop
yeah.
in with some cupcakes,
Yeah.
and do it. So 10 of those equals like $500, and I was like,
Yeah.
I guess I'll get ready to do 10 more of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too. I don't blame you a bit, man. And now you're not just walking in these places, walking up to the person that you're paid to do this to. I've noticed in some of your videos there's some grinding going on.
Yeah.
On some of these folks.
Well, that because all these people are like, I want you to turn it up a notch.
Yeah.
Turn it up a notch.
Yeah, go hard.
And then you're this is a restaurant.
Yeah.
There are high chairs in this place that have babies. Again, not a 10 to look at.
Uh-huh.
They're eating. This could cause some kind of eating disorder, some kind of traumatization.
Scar them for life.
Right.
Maybe,
I'm not trying to go in there and really put on some kind of strip show. That
Yeah.
$50 ain't going to pay me to do that.
Right. It's family friendly.
You'd never get it off the internet.
That's
And it is family friendly.
Yeah, absolutely is.
So a lot of times I kind of let whoever we're doing the dance on dictate the speed of it. Like if somebody is,
That's so funny how you say that.
yeah, if somebody's really handsy, then okay, we'll have a great time.
Yeah.
And if somebody just acts disgusted, which happens a lot too,
Oh, really?
then we kind of just pull back. We give them 3 inches.
Right. Yeah.
Give them a little bit of space because I certainly don't want it to be a bad experience either.
Oh, absolutely not.
So we try to gauge it on how they respond.
Yeah.
And I've had some real good responses.
Uh-huh.
And the funny thing is, it's the big burly men
Right.
that like to have a good time with.
Oh,
the
yeah,
guy
absolutely.
that 100% would run you in the ground.
Yeah.
Is the guy that laughs and has a good time.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It's not, and not trying to say anything crazy, but it's not the guys that have the Abercrombie on that's looking great that's having a really good time with me.
Oh, really?
Most of the time, no.
You definitely wouldn't expect that from that type of looking guy you know, like me and you pretty much look, to be the ones to enjoy it the most.
Right.
You would expect a totally different type of attitude towards something like that.
Right.
But, you know, hey, we're fun-loving, happy guys.
Right. and you know, nine out of 10 are really acceptable. Then you have the guys that run. Like I have a video of me chasing a guy through Walmart.
Oh, I saw that one.
He was a supervisor there.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And, I think I saw you take off after some dude.
It was Barberville Walmart. We get down there, and we're having a good time, and you know, they set this guy up, and obviously he's part of management. Management knows we're coming, whatever.
Yeah.
And again, it's family friendly, not to get crazy, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But the moment this guy saw me, he took off. He knew what was going on. And I thought, well, I ought to chase this guy. Somebody's paid me money to come here. They don't want to just me say, well, he run off.
Yeah.
So I have my camera guy following us, trying to keep up with us, because even though I'm a big guy, I've got a good sprint. Like I've got a good 6, 7, 8 seconds of a run. You know, I can keep up with somebody for about 8 seconds.
Yeah.
So my camera guy actually falls while he's trying to keep up with us, and the manager loses the radio. So then I'm on the radio. Still in
you're on the Walmart radio.
Yeah, on the Walmart radio. Hey, we're looking for this guy. Send him back out here. Send him back. He never came.
Oh, wow.
So I left the management the cupcakes and went on home.
That's good. Well, you know, at least everybody can know that for their money, they're going to get their money's worth. You'll chase them down if you have to.
Yeah, and that's not the only one. That's the only one I think that I have on video of me chasing.
Yeah.
But when we get to these factories, you know, these factories that we do, they have these smoke huts.
Yeah.
So, and once they'll let their employees come out to smoke, but once they get in the doors, that's it.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a crew of people know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because
if somebody don't know, it could turn out bad.
It could turn out real bad.
Yeah.
And for these people to get the best bang for their dollar, I need those guys to make sure that he don't cut back in that door.
Yeah.
So I need 2 or 3
block off the
guys
exits.
to block off the exits. To make it happen.
That's so funny. There's a lot goes into it, and I figured there probably was.
Right.
You know, I'm 43 years old, and I don't remember anything ever like this being around here. Me personally, and it's just awesome. It's so funny.
It is funny,
so
and
hilarious.
we get such good feedback. So TikTok, the thing about TikTok, I was sharing with you, you know, at the beginning, there wasn't a TikTok, so we loaded like 20 of these videos all up at once, and the next day I've got 10,000 followers.
That's awesome.
Which is great, but don't have a viral video if you don't have thick skin. Like I had so much crap said about me.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, and I get it.
Yeah.
You know, I know that I am not, again, the Patrick Swayze in what I do.
Yeah.
But I think in some ways that maybe make me more comfortable for people.
Absolutely is.
You know, I certainly,
absolutely.
I'm just speaking for myself, but I wouldn't want Patrick Swayze dancing on my wife.
No, I'm telling you right now, and I don't mean this in any type of derogatory way, but if a dude was all swole up and jacked up, you know, and come up in the outfit that you're in, doing what you do to me,
right,
I would be so mad.
Right. You'd get a totally different response.
It really would, and that's kind of funny to say, but it's just kind of makes you realize, you know, I don't really know how to put it. I would take it in a totally different way.
Right, and you know, so that's kind of the direction I was told these folks, because you know, I mean, at first I was pretty butthurt about some of the comments. Like, that guy's disgusting.
Wow,
that guy's fat. Look at that guy. He can't even dance. I know I can't dance. I wasn't upset about he can't dance, but you know, some of those things that, you know, it got to me for a little bit, where I you know, I asked my daughter, she'll be 21, and we started doing these videos. She was 15 or 16. I said, does this bother you?
Yeah.
You know, because these videos were taking off and people were getting to see these videos, especially in small towns. It's like, does these bother you? Has anybody said anything to you that may hurt your feelings about what I'm doing or anything else? Because I'll quit. I won't do it no more.
Yeah.
She goes, "No, Dad, it's great." And
Yeah.
I'm having because I mean she recorded a lot of them because
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. It's really not a big production. It's me and whatever person I have around that has a phone that has a camera on it.
Yeah.
We just go deliver cupcakes. It's not a huge production.
That's awesome.
But yes, and so she was okay with it, and everything started just going crazy after that.
Now, I would imagine that you stay pretty busy doing this because y'all have got tons of videos. How long have you been on TikTok?
Probably about 2 years.
2 years. There's tons of videos on there.
Uh-huh.
And they're every one just as funny as the last one you watch.
Yeah.
And I think I've watched almost all of them. Like I say, there's a lot of them, so I haven't finished them all.
Right. There's
But,
there's some good ones.
There's some really good ones. I do remember you chasing somebody through somewhere. I guess that was that video.
Mhm.
I was slapping my leg laughing. So funny to just see you take – or you're in cowboy boots too, right?
Yeah. And most of them, yeah.
I was like, this dude's going to fall, break his neck in them cowboy boots.
You're not the only person that thought that. I thought 2 or 3 times I was going to
Yeah.
eat the ground. And I mean, I've got blooper reels like you would not believe. These,
Oh, really?
Not all of these have went the way that I'd wanted them to go.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I've had the one guy says, "You get close to me, son, we're squaring up."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, just,
I was wondering.
just take the cupcakes. Just take the cupcakes.
I got talking
Yeah, well,
down.
so I have my cupcakes, and I hold them out really far, and then he's like, "All right," and then I start bringing them in. That way he has to get closer.
That's genius. That's genius. This
but-
whole thing, this whole ordeal that y'all have thought of is really, it's just genius idea. It's
Well,
really
I mean,
good.
it's actually, to be fair, it's paid for a couple of vacations.
Oh, awesome.
We
Awesome.
I'd get on TikTok and say, listen, we're going to be in Texas.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in the Austin area on these dates.
Yeah.
And then we'd find a bakery down there. I'd call them up and say, listen, I'll be bringing my Cupid stuff down there.
Yeah.
And I've got 10 Cupids that I'm going to be doing while I'm there.
Wow.
So then, I get down there and got the 10 Cupids. That's paying for a hotel stay. And I'm actually getting to vacation a little bit and doing a little bit of the Cupid stuff, which is just a little bitty bag that I pack in the car with me when I go somewhere. So, I mean, it's paid for some vacations.
That's awesome.
We've done Cupids in Ohio, Indiana, Texas, Florida,
Are you kidding? That's
Alabama.
awesome.
Yeah, we went some places with Cupids.
That is awesome, man.
It was a good time.
Now, obviously, it's hilarious. It's a whole ordeal. You getting in this get up and going to these places and stuff. But now, that's not to say that y'all don't have some really good looking cakes and cupcakes and stuff.
Yeah.
And I know one of your friends who actually told me about you, Zach.
Yeah,
you
love
know
Zach.
Zach
He
likes
actually
to-
got a cake today from
He
us.
sent me a picture of it.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, I know Paul's coming today. I want to send you this picture. And I can't remember. It was like had a smiley face on it or
Yeah,
something.
it was some kind of horror theme.
It was the ghost face
Yeah.
off of Scream, I believe it was, now that I'm thinking about it. And I was like, hey, I got to get one of these cakes. And I'm not saying this just because you're here. I was telling my wife, like, look at these cupcakes. Look at these cakes these people's making. Now, your company's based in
Corbin.
Uh-huh. What is the address of that place so people know? I know it's probably on the TikTok. And all
Right,
that.
it's right off Bacon Creek Road. It's
Okay.
So anybody knows anything about Corbin? The nursing homes on Bacon Creek is just the second place on the right.
Okay, that's easy to find.
Yeah, easy to find.
Yeah.
I mean, our cake page for a long time had more followers than the TikTok and most of the other people around here doing cakes and stuff. We have almost
really?
20,000 followers on
Wow.
Facebook just on the cake
That's
page.
awesome. That's a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, that's a funny story.
Yeah.
So we had somebody ask us to do a cake
Uh-huh.
that looked like a fudge round.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, so
Yeah.
instead of it saying fudge round and Little Debbie, they wanted the box to look like a fudge round box
Uh-huh.
and Little Debbie to be obese.
Oh, yeah.
And it said Little Diabetes on the fudge round. It pissed a lot of people off.
Oh,
The
really?
cake went viral. The cake went viral, had 6-7 million views to this
What?
cake.
That's crazy.
And then it got shared in a diabetes group.
Oh my!
And
Lord.
it got to be that we were insensitive to folks with diabetes.
Oh.
And so yeah, we took a hit. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people loved it. A lot of people with a sense of humor. I mean, I have diabetes.
Right.
I mean, my dad, well, we're family. Everybody in this area
Yeah.
has an uncle, cousin, brother with diabetes.
Absolutely.
I mean, and again, it's not to be insensitive. There's a type 1 that's uncontrollable and this and that,
Yeah.
and 2 that's could be better controlled.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But we got shared in these groups, and I mean, they tore us up. They'd go to our reviews, give us 0 stars and everything else.
There you go.
Yeah, all over.
Up in their feelings, didn't they?
Right, and really, it was just funny to me, and a lot of the folks that know us, because we have a Sugar Boogers Cares initiative, where we do free cakes for the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Oh, that's awesome.
We
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we help a ton of people, so it wasn't done with any kind of malice. There was no kind of trying to make fun of anybody or whatever. That's what the customer wanted.
Yeah.
We shared it. That was our mistake.
Right.
Because we don't share everything the customer wants.
Right.
There are a lot of bachelorette party cakes that never make it to the cake page.
I would imagine so.
But, that's just good taste, and we didn't realize at the time, maybe we were just ignorant of how the internet worked, that this cake would offend so many people. But, I mean, it led to something crazy.
Wow, what about
Yeah.
that? Well, I have found in this podcast that publicity is everything. Whether it's good or bad, good,
Right.
Positive or negative. Sometimes, and I know that you don't have no ill will or intention to make any type of fun of anything like that, but you have to have a certain amount of humor about everything.
Right.
And I believe that's probably what makes this so special, is that you just bringing humor and laughter to people.
Right.
Because this day and age, everybody needs to laugh.
Yeah, and that's
crazy.
That's when people say those mean things on the TikToks.
Yeah,
everybody's like, "Nah, this guy's great. This guy's a wonder of the world. We need to protect this guy."
Absolutely, protect him at all costs.
Yeah, I mean, and so that makes me feel a little bit better about the whole situation. That people are really kind of invested in what we do, because we took a little hiatus for about a year and a half. I moved to Florida.
Okay,
and we were doing a little bit of cakes up there and trying to get reestablished, see if we could get reestablished a little further away.
Yeah.
So our videos, for about a year and a half, there were hardly any videos.
Okay.
And it's a little different content creating, because these are actually paid people, complete surprises. I can't just sit down and think of something to put on here.
Right.
And I don't just show up like this without getting paid for it.
Absolutely not.
So that means the only time there's a new video is when somebody has paid me to show up like this. This is not. So what I mean is, like, the content where we took the hiatus, I think kind of slowed the feed a little bit, but I think it's getting back out there now. We're pretty strong
that's
with it.
so crazy that a schedule of any type of platform like that is so crucial to getting yourself out there. Analytics and algorithms and stuff like that. It has to be a steady flow of whatever you're creating and putting out there.
You either got to put out a ton of stuff or know the right times to put it out.
Yeah.
You either got to drown folks with it or feed it to them at a certain time every day.
Yeah. Now, do you have, I'm sure you have a schedule, and I know I have a schedule. With this, it's every Monday, 6 o'clock in the morning. Boom. There's an episode available on this podcast. And that took me some Googling and searching and researching algorithms, not algorithms, but analytics and stuff like that to figure out, what is the best time for somebody to be near their phone or something, or tablet or whatever, and listening to a podcast.
We'll talk this guy to sleep.
But I found that early in the morning on a Monday is prime time for people to be watching something.
Well, and then if you've got magic, you've just got magic.
Yeah,
There was one video that I'd actually done in Manchester.
Oh yeah.
There's a Mexican restaurant by the Walmart in that little plaza.
Oh yeah, El Dorado, I think it's called.
I went in there, done this video. and we posted it almost as soon as the video was over. And this is at night.
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning, has like 1 million views.
Wow.
And I said, well, how did this happen? And then by the time it was over, I think it rode to the tide of almost 5 million views before it ever stopped, which was great because, the way the TikTok does is they do it every day.
Yeah.
They share your money with you every day.
Okay.
So like every day, like, this video is viewed this much. This is how much you made today. This is how much you made today. Especially with that affiliate program that I was talking about.
Yeah.
So I think the cash out maybe a couple times a month or something like that. But they would feed it every day. So before you know it, I've got this chunk of money that I had no idea that I would even get paid like that, because all these other videos were. There were some that had got to 100,000 views and stuff like that, and that wasn't a whole lot of money.
Right.
But when it gets to the millions,
oh yeah,
that's when you can. That's when
real.
I made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just keep chasing it after that.
That's awesome.
And I haven't had another video that went that far. I actually reshared that one like a year later, where it gives you the chance to share what you shared a year later.
Yeah.
And then it got like another 1 million or 2 views.
That's awesome.
And that was just magic. That's just one of those magic videos that I didn't do anything different than I've done in every single one of the videos. The dance moves are the same, I assure you, because they're the only ones I know.
Yeah.
Her reaction was about like everybody else's. But yeah, no, it was good stuff.
Yeah,
every now and then you get that one good hit.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with timing and stuff like that, and several other things. I'm not real hip to all that stuff yet. I don't mess with TikTok much. I put a video on there every now and then. A lot of people gets on to me because they say, hey, you need to put this stuff on TikTok, get it out there. But I'm not real familiar with it, and it's my fault that I'm not. I ought to familiarize myself a lot more with it. But this is. I recognized the restaurant up there in Manchester from the video. I'm like, he is in Manchester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've been to that one at least a couple times.
Yeah. There's a lot of restaurant videos on there. There's a lot of workplace videos on there. I remember this one.
There were some folks that got in trouble for some of those videos.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
they shouldn't get those people.
I'm not saying that I'm not allowed in St. Joe looking like this. But I'm totally saying I'm not allowed in St. Joe looking like this.
Wow, that's something else.
Yeah, I mean,
people need to lighten up.
Yeah, they do, because it's just good fun, especially at a hospital.
Yeah.
When you think of somebody that needs to laugh or have a good time, I can't think of a better place. A nursing home, a hospital, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I kind of shared that I was going to tell you one of my best ones that never got seen.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is during COVID. Okay, so COVID changed the way everybody lives.
Right.
Okay, and I'm not sharing this one with you yet, and you're going to find it hilarious. So I get a call.
Okay.
And it's an attorney, and they said, "Listen, we're doing court Zoom today."
Okay.
I've already spoke with the judge. I need you to show up on that Zoom call.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Craziness. Like I had to ask ahead of time. I was like, is this something that'll get me in trouble? I mean, interrupting court. And he goes, no. I'm the one that paid you. I'd be the one getting in trouble for sending you.
A court proceeding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Craziness.
That's something else.
But I don't know if it was just maybe before court, because I certainly not trying to get anybody in trouble.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if it was before court and everybody just had their Zooms on.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Or maybe it was just the lawyer speaking with the judges on Zoom, or however that works. But yeah, that was probably.
I would pay good money just to see their faces.
Oh, it was good.
I guarantee it was.
Because believe me, I had my finger as close to that camera pointing as I could. But again, it was just a good time. I got sent to the federal building another time, but they were having like a birthday party inside of the federal building.
Yeah.
Not during anything.
Yeah.
But, that was another one that never made the cut.
Yeah.
And, well, totally could, but was asked not to.
Right, yeah.
So, and if I could have put the videos that I can't share on here,
Yeah.
You'd be talking with somebody with all kinds of
I guarantee it. But you'll get there anyway.
Yeah.
I have no doubt about it. You're already there, in my opinion. These videos is great. It also helps. I mean, to do this, it would take it has to be you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has to be somebody like you that's got the attitude you have, that's got a good sense of humor. Zach told me that you're a hilarious person.
Oh, I'd love to have a good time.
And that's what he said. And but this wouldn't work with anybody else, I don't feel like.
So just before I got here today, I get invited to do Galentine. It's called a Galentine. This is where women get together.
Yeah.
And they all kind of have a Valentine dinner or something like that, which I thought was odd that it's in January.
Yeah.
But whatever. So I get there, and the lady's on the porch. This is the video I just uploaded. Lady's on the porch, and she says, "Don't worry about the music. I got the music."
Oh, she had her own music.
Yeah. So I get there. They turn the music on, boots with the fur, and then there's 10 women sitting there, and I come in, and I mean, we do the dance, and we were having a great time. I'm throwing all these rose petals because I had to make sure all my pockets were full because I knew there would be a bunch of folks there.
Yeah.
And then, I bump into one of them. They bump the table that they're sitting at, I think. Table crashes to the floor.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, table crashes to the floor. Another lady knocks some of the cookies that I brought out of somebody's
Wow.
on accident. Like it was such a cluster.
Yeah.
But it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, don't stop.
Keep going.
Yeah, and you're like, you automatically want to help pick up something, or clean up something. But I mean, yeah,
that sounded like fun.
It was a good time, and like you said, I've got to where I really enjoy these.
I'd say so.
And we get recognized again sometimes without having to be stripped down.
Yeah.
And it's fun for my son to watch because he's in some of our videos.
Yeah. I've seen him.
Yeah, I was in the last video by the recorder, and I was walking out because I was saying there's too many women in here.
Oh yeah. Too many women.
Yeah, he's done some recording with me. He showed up. We've even got him in his own little Country Cupid outfit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So hopefully something like this could stay around because it is just a good time. And
I believe it will. I believe it'll really sustain itself.
Well, I've had all kinds of people reach out there and say, well, why don't you start something up here? Start something here.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to get started with something like that. All you got to do is have a decent beard, and I think it requires a beard. You can't not have a beard and do it. And you got to have a little bit of a beer belly and stuff like that. Again, it really takes I'm not saying that I have a professional build, but I don't know that you could do this profession without this build. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah. You should definitely look into that. You should, for real, you should look into expansion of this as much as you can because, God, if it's one thing this world needs, it's more laughter. It's a good time.
Right.
Above anything else, people are so uptight anymore about every single thing. And it's good to catch people off guard like this.
That's the best part about it.
That's the most genuine what's the word? That is the most genuine that you will ever catch somebody in situation is when they are caught off by something like this just right out of the blue.
It's the trumpets, man. The trumpets start getting people's heads turn around, especially Corbin, Barville, Williamsburg, London. The trumpets, man. People's heads just start kind of
because you start playing like music before they see you.
Right, before they see me.
And they are familiar with you. You can kind of, because you walk around some of these corners and you just see this look wash over these
right
people.
Well, I've got to ask ahead of time. I'm like, where are they sitting?
Yeah.
Could you send me a picture of them right now? That way I know exact, because I mean, a lot of times I'll walk in and there's 20, 30 people in here, and I don't know who's getting the dance right away.
Exactly who you're going to.
And so we get there, and the trumpets help, because if they hear the music, they know I'm coming for them most of the time. And then you can just see the crowd kind of back off. Like every video, the crowd just kind of steps away from whoever it is. It's like they've got a plague or the flu or something.
Yeah, they don't want no part of it.
Everybody's getting away. So the crowd just kind of goes away, and you know who it is after that point. But
absolutely,
the trumpets make it a little easier.
It's a perfect setup. It really is. Y'all have really got it figured out, I believe. It just all kind of just fits and meshes together really good. It's hilarious. There's not very much that's funny on TikTok. I don't feel like there's a lot of comedians on there. There's people that's funny, but to watch something on TikTok and get such a bellyache laugh
and
from
it not being
very rare.
Because I fall into these the TikTok hole or whatever, and a lot of the stuff feels rehearsed.
It
seems rehearsed.
It is.
I'll post some grainy videos. I'll post, but it's real. Every bit of it is as authentic as it gets.
Absolutely. That's when people really are enjoying themselves. Mm-hmm. Doing what you do, you can't write that. No. You can't make it up. Whatever reaction you get is the reaction you get.
Right.
There's no take twos or do overs and stuff. That's what I think people really enjoy the most, is that it's so real. Yeah. And there is a lot of stuff on TikTok that's pre-planned and written and scripted and stuff like that. There's no way you can do that with this.
No. the only power we have with it is not posting.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
and a lot of times that's we leave that up to whoever we're doing the video for, because if they, they're, gosh, there's a ton of stories that again, in a different setting, maybe without microphones.
Yeah.
That you would just fall over laughing about. That I mean, there is a video of me at the Corbin Police Department.
Oh, I ain't seen that one.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and his wife had actually won the Cupid from the cake page, because sometimes we'll do a giveaway.
Yeah. If
it's close to somebody's birthday or birthday month or whatever, we'll do a Cupid giveaway. And a lot of times, to be honest, that's me fishing for content.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm not going to do it unless we're getting paid for it or whatever. I'm not going to set it up and it be something that's not real either.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I've thought 100 times, maybe I'll just, I haven't posted anything for days. Maybe I'll just go dance with somebody. And I thought that's a good way to get knocked out. Popping up on somebody and nobody. That's like doing that.
Also, I would imagine that most of these people probably got a pretty good feeling of the type of person that you're coming to see. They probably wouldn't want to set you up with somebody that would just deck you.
70%.
Oh, well, God, that's not very good.
Yeah.
I was hoping like 90.
Yeah, the odds aren't as good as you would hope.
Yeah.
Because again, the folks that run say, "Don't touch me, don't do this, turn off that camera."
Wow.
Or they'll send somebody out to tell me that they're not accepting the cupcakes or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, and I think that maybe there was only one time that I thought that it could get physical.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was wondering if there was ever a time where you thought, I'm going to have to defend myself.
Just once, and it was totally my fault because I got the wrong read.
Oh.
The guy was laughing, but it was kind of a nervous laughter or whatever.
Yeah.
And we were doing it, and he had a bunch of his work buddies around or whatever. Yeah. And he was kind of laughing, going, and then it probably wouldn't have been so bad had he not got heckled.
Okay.
While I was doing it, like his buddies were there, and they were kind of heckling him, and they're, "Oh, I bet you like that, don't you?" I don't remember what his name was, but bet you love that, Dan. That's not the only man that's been breathing on your neck, is it, Dan? They're heckling the guy or whatever.
Yeah.
And then finally, I just got this real subtle push.
Oh. Okay.
It's like,
time to stop.
All right, Dan. Happy birthday. Your wife loves you.
I'm out of here. I was wondering if there's ever been a situation.
I think maybe
like
just once.
Yeah, that's good.
That's the only one that sticks out to
That's
me,
good.
anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, how does, like, you've got the Facebook page, right? Is there a website?
Most of the booking goes through the bakery page.
Okay.
Just because where we do birthdays, they can choose whether or not they want us to just show up with the regular cupcakes or with a cake or whatever. We have taken some off TikTok. I don't, like I said, I'm not as familiar with this as I'd like to be either.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to edit my videos very good.
I don't either.
To be honest with you, again, I just throw them on there.
Yeah.
You know, if I can trim the beginning and the end, but I can't transition. You know, like some people can. If I write something on there, it stays on there the entire video. It doesn't go like, and then ... and then another frame, and it was this. None of that stuff. I'm not good at it.
I'm not real familiar with it either. But, you know, at the same time, I kind of feel like people prefer raw video.
Right.
You know?
Well, I mean, again, it doesn't make it look manufactured.
That's true. That's true. And with this podcast, I'm kind of the same way with the podcast. I don't do a lot of editing unless there's like some type of interference, which there is some interference during this episode. I don't know where it's coming from.
I've got an idea.
It's static. It's static. It was in the last episode I did just before you got here. I don't know where it's coming from. It's driving me insane. It may not come through on the actual episode. I don't know, but if it's something like that, I'll do a little bit of editing. I do a lot of editing when it comes to ads of sponsors and stuff like that. But I feel more often than not, people want genuine, real, raw stuff. Yeah. I think.
And congratulations, 2,000 followers on your Spotify.
Yeah.
So does that mean that you get started paid now? Or?
I've actually been getting paid from Spotify for a while.
That is awesome.
Yeah, they pay me. Let's see. You have to hit a certain criteria, of course, you know, before you get paid from Spotify. But it's this February 27th is 1 year. I've been getting paid from Spotify for about 7 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took off really quick.
I tell you what, that and one of my favorite people to watch, and I know this may be controversial to say, but that Andrew Yaden in London selling those cars.
That dude,
I mean, he's
wild on there.
Yeah, certainly not for your kids to listen to.
No, it's rated R. Definitely rated R.
But just the way he goes about that stuff, I have such a good time listening to some of the things that he says. And you can tell he's a car salesman just how quick he spits it out.
He's quick-witted.
Yeah. There's no way I could think of stuff like that.
I could not do that.
I mean, my is... Hey guys, that's it. That's it.
Yeah. And it's really kind of funny with me with this podcast because if I'm not in front of this microphone, I'm usually pretty quiet. A perfect example of when I'm at work, I don't say a whole lot, you know, very little. And but when you get on here, I like talking to people. Obviously, people that I'm interested in and want to talk to and stuff like that. But yeah, the podcast has really taken off. Like I said, I think a month 2 or 3 is when I started getting paid from Spotify.
That's awesome. This is a beautiful studio.
Yeah, thank you. I
beautiful studio.
It's really, I have a collage that I'm making currently for the 1 year episode.
Yeah.
From the beginnings of the podcast to its current state now, which they're all on the page, I'm sure, but it started out with a little fold-out plastic table and one microphone.
Yeah.
And this mixer, of course, I think I had that, and it's just kind of grew into what it is now.
Yes.
So,
just a quick fun, not funny story, but real kind of serious actually.
Yeah.
So, when you'd reach out when we were talking about hooking this up so that I could be here.
Yeah.
So I listened to the gentleman last week and the podcast, and the way my phone is and my car is, every time I get in my car, it kicks up where I left off at.
Yeah.
You know, and Spotify I'd pull it up or whatever. And, you know, I had listened to maybe the first 5 or 10 minutes of the episode. And then I was like, okay. And then I put on some music.
Yeah.
And then I get back out in my car, and it picks up not my music. It picked back up the episode. Like,
Oh, really?
there was something that I needed to hear that episode is where I'm getting at.
Oh, okay.
Is because I even thought that. I was like, well, this is funny.
Huh.
That this is what it's picked back up. There's something this man's going to say that maybe I need to hear.
Yeah.
And it was an interesting story. I'm glad that that's how it went, and I'm glad that's how I took that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm thankful that you have people like that come on your show.
I think that it's very important to have a platform for them people to come and talk and tell their story, because more often than not, people don't know what people like that go through.
Right.
What leads them to that current state. That particular episode, I've known that guy pretty much my whole life, but I never knew the details of what he went through.
Right.
And, you're obviously not going to say, hey, Jeff, come tell me about that time you was addicted to drugs for 27 years.
Right.
It's not just something you do. I want to these episodes of these people that were addicted to drugs and in recovery are an opportunity for those people to brag,
Right.
because it is a brag, and they've got every right to brag.
Yeah, and share. I mean,
And share.
There were things that he had said that I wasn't familiar with and didn't know those opportunities were even presented
Yeah,
to
yeah.
people that were going through those struggles.
Oh, absolutely.
And then he talked about some, and I think there was another lady I listened to that was having substance abuse issues.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, we all have got family that struggle with that stuff, and
Absolutely.
we all have enabled people in the past.
Absolutely. I know I have.
And to listen to people share their stories, that was pretty awesome.
It is very awesome. It's a sad thing to sit and listen to,
Right.
but at the same time, it's more often than not, these people have wanted to talk about this, but I don't know. They kind of just. I'm actually amazed people want to come on here and be so open and so blunt about what they went through with addiction or whatever it may be, mental illness or whatever.
Right.
Very thankful that they want to.
Right.
And everybody's nervous. Pretty much everybody that's ever come in this studio has been nervous. Within 10, 15 minutes, they're chilled out. They're talking a mile a minute, and they're as relaxed as they can be. And I'm just glad that I can do that for them.
No, I'm glad that you're that vessel. That's that was kind of the end of
me too.
That was kind of the end of what I was going to say. Is you and I we've laughed a lot. I've listened to you and some of the other folks and having a good time. And I think it's fantastic that you're broadening the people out. That it's not just a comedy show. It's not just a save a soul show, or you know what I mean. It's one of those that where everybody can sit down and have a conversation with you, and it doesn't matter what their background is, and there's somebody that can relate to it.
Oh, absolutely.
All the time, and I'm glad that you're using this vessel.
There is on the podcast page in the description of it, I think the first sentence is, "This is a podcast for the masses." There is no set topic. There's no set content for this podcast. You can come on here and talk about whatever you want to talk about. I don't censor anybody. Luckily, Spotify don't censor people.
Right.
So there's definitely some episodes on this podcast that are not rated PG.
Right.
There's some that's rated definitely R, as R as you can get.
All right.
But and I have been asked by some people to tone it down, and I'm like, I can't do that. That's not me.
Right. No. Authenticity. I think that's what we've talked. We've talked a lot about that today.
Yeah, I believe that's the most important thing when you're doing anything in life. Whether it dressing up like Cupid and delivering cakes,
right,
or just sitting here talking, Right. Of course, what you do takes a lot more nerve than what I do.
Well, it wasn't. Well, again, I'm thankful that we get to do this stuff because like I said, there were times at the beginning where we got the messages and things were. Like, I don't know if we could continue doing this. Yeah. And we've had bumps in the road too. I mean, there are people that wasn't very happy about getting a Cupid.
Right.
And they talked litigation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we've had a meal with this Cupid stuff and how to keep it going and trying to find the right clientele for what we're doing, and which is really tough because people come to us about doing it, and they're like, I think John's a real good guy. He'll really get a good laugh out of this.
But they think,
and they don't know.
They don't know,
and that's trying to judge somebody when you get there.
Yeah,
is John just going to laugh and have a good time, or are you going to be able to take John's hat off and play with his hair while you're doing it, or are you going to have to kind of roll at a distance with John, or how is John going to feel when this is over?
Yeah, because people probably are laughing so hard that they don't. They may forget that you never lay eyes on these people until the very moment that you walk in and start doing this stuff.
I don't know who John is.
So I would imagine that you have to be a pretty good judge of character and be able to sense what somebody's feeling.
Oh, I tell you, if you're not, you become one.
Yeah.
Because the nasty messages don't stop.
Oh, yeah.
And at the very beginning, like I said, with Valentine's Day, it was good.
Yeah,
but then when people started using it for anything, like I started, not a bar mitzvah, but I've been to about any kind of party somebody could have. They're having a bridal party. They're having a sweet 16 party. I've been in a sweet 16 party. Yeah, with a bunch of high school kids. Because Mom thought it was really fun, and Dad loves me.
Really?
Yeah.
I could not do what you
did. Well, it's like walking. You get in the room, and then you see this thing, and it's just one of those. I always try to relate it to Nick Cage and that Fast and Fear. What is it? Where he's stealing the cars or whatever?
Yeah. Fast or Gone in 60 Seconds.
Gone in 60 Seconds, where he's having to make a decision. And he goes to one of those.
Yeah.
Let's go.
He's about to steal Eleanor.
Yeah. Let's go.
He's got to get Lowrider play in or whatever.
I've got to have the Lowrider on or whatever. It just got to flip the switch right away. And just tone everything out and just tunnel vision to where I'm going.
Yeah.
But it's good. We have a really good time with it.
Yeah.
And it's paying the bills.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
So that's fantastic that it's not just something that went away.
Yeah.
So
I think you all are onto something big, and I hope you do expand. I hope you're able to. Hopefully you'll be able to. I know there's, God. You can tell it's popular. It's going crazy. With expansion and stuff like that, it'll just grow even more.
So long as we have big bearded men, they like to have a good time.
Yeah, I believe there's an abundance of those.
I can tell you that I was at a biker bar one time.
Oh my God.
And
oh my God.
And this could have went.
I know the biker bar scene.
Yeah, this could have went either way. So they try to coach this guy outside because they don't want this to happen inside the club.
A lot of expensive stuff in there.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, just wait right here. Wait right here. And then this guy comes running out of the biker bar with this other guy's cut on.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how they've decided to get this man out of the bar.
Yeah, that's a no-no.
Yeah.
You don't mess with a man's cut.
Right. And I'm like, whoa, guys, whoa. And it's like, oh, he's coming. They're yelling, oh, he's coming. Stand back here.
Oh, God.
So, so then they, I'm on the side of the building, and they hand him his cut here, and they're like, oh, while you're here. And he's like, you get that MFR away from me right now.
Oh.
And then, but he ended up being a real good sport by the time it was over.
Okay.
His friends actually grabbed him up.
Oh, really?
And say, hey, get that dance going.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
I'm glad it ended good.
He turned, but it could have went either way.
Yeah.
In that story.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Man, that would take some nerve to walk up on some bikers.
Yeah, well,
nerves of steel right there.
At the time, I didn't know really what I was walking up on, and I didn't know that. I knew that where I was going and what they do there.
Yeah.
And just a bunch of guys having a good time or whatever, but they take things a little bit more serious.
Oh yeah,
especially in front of a group of their buddies, because being in the front of the group of the buddies is what about gets me whooped every time. Because those buddies like to pick.
They like to hang it on, big time. I know my buddies do.
Yeah, no, 100%. I never live it down. I'd have a meme
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm the only fat guy doing this. I just had a 40th birthday. I guarantee you somebody would have been dancing on me, and I'd be having some meme and just trying to smile, grin and bear it or whatever.
Yeah.
It would have been good, though.
That's awesome. Now, how many followers is it that you have on TikTok?
I think we're I call them friends. About 88,000 friends, 89,000. Like when we had over 100,000, and then when we took the 16 months, and we could only give a video every 3 or 4 months. Every time I got to do one in Florida, then we kind of dropped some.
Okay.
So
you'll definitely build it back up, no problem. I actually was on your page. I'm on it pretty often whenever I need a good laugh, but it was 2 or 3 days ago, and the likes had jumped significantly.
Yeah,
within 3 days, because it's got the followers list and then a likes list on there and stuff. So it had jumped a lot in just like 3 or 4 days.
we're getting to put out a lot, especially with Valentine's coming up. Like I'm gonna have
You're going to be busy.
a trove of videos. Like I think we actually are doing Valentine's Day the 12th, 13th, and 14th because I've got so much work to do that I can't get it done in a day.
Yeah. I'd say it'll be more than that by the time it rolls around.
Yeah, well, that's what my wife says. She's like, it's still January. She goes, we put it up here.
Yeah.
But, I think maybe right now I've got 20 or 30 of those to do.
Wow.
Yeah, and
that's awesome.
Then once we roll a little closer in to Valentine's Day, they're going to be like there always is. Hey, you got any more of those cupcakes? Is that Cupid busy tomorrow? Can you swing by? But yeah, so
now, are you strictly delivery, or do you help make the cupcakes and all that? Or is that
it depends. I feel like I help a lot more than my wife says I do.
Oh yeah. I'm the same way around
I feel like I help a lot. I mean, I don't know if there's that meme of, I think, the Macho Man getting all this praise, and he's like, when I take out the trash or whatever. But no, I feel like I do a lot more than I get credit for.
Underappreciated.
Right. I feel like they are, and I hope she's listening.
Yeah. That's awesome. Now, what am I trying to say? I'm caught up here. Sugar Booger Custom Cakes.
Yes.
Is the name of the bakery, right?
Yep, on Facebook. Yep.
And that's on Facebook. They do all the ordering there?
Do all the ordering right there. Get you set up for whatever. I mean, and again, it's not just the Cupids. We do the birthdays, anniversaries, weddings. I actually
everything.
Yeah, I was actually a radio DJ at Katy Country for quite a while.
Really?
Yeah, I do DJ work on the side also.
No, wait a minute. Wasn't you just at the? Did you say you was at the train station?
I was at the train station.
I thought you was. I saw that. I
Yeah.
heard about it or something other like that. I didn't know you was a DJ.
Yeah, well, see, this is just kind of the way that life worked. Is my wife does the wedding cakes and this and that, and then I had a friend that worked at the radio station. She's like, Paul, you're a good time. You can hear excitement in your voice when you're talking. You should maybe come to the radio. And I was like, you know what? I'd love to work at the radio.
That'd be awesome.
Just to say that I worked at the radio.
Heck yeah.
I was like, I'll take a part-time position at the radio.
Why, yeah.
So then I'd done the radio, 99.5 and T107. And then, so I was like, I'm a radio DJ.
Yeah.
My wife sells wedding cakes. I should become a DJ and MC DJ.
Yeah.
That way, I could corner a market and do a wedding cake and a DJ and, and then maybe even the flower girl if they need me to.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know, right? Doing
That's amazing idea.
Popping out.
Oh, my God.
With some flowers.
Now, would you seriously do that?
I've offered to do that for free. Just because I would
somebody's
love
gotta
that.
take you up on that.
I offered to do that for free just because I would love to get out there and do that.
I wish I was getting married right now.
I wish I knew somebody getting married. Because I was like, I could do the flowers, I could throw the beers, I could dance. This could be fantastic.
That would be awesome.
But yeah, so I mean that offer is still out there. If somebody out there is fixing to get married, they need a flower girl. Cupid.
Hit up Country Cupid.
Is available for free. That's no charge. Just so I can do it.
And he brings his own clothes.
And I've got some
pay for
DJ equipment if you need a DJ too.
Oh my God! Somebody out there needs to take this guy up on that. I want to see that. I don't even care if I know you. I'm going to come to your wedding,
right?
Just so I can watch this.
Hey man, those flowers fly, bro.
Oh, I know they do. You reach in that pocket, throw them up. It's hilarious.
Right?
It's hilarious.
A lot of people get spooked when that comes out of the pocket too. Like, you see their faces and how they jump back because I try to get real close to them.
Oh yeah,
to deliver the flowers or whatever. Because
Yeah.
I mean, first there's like, what is this idiot doing here? And then when I'm kind of smiling, what's up, guys? Again, that's the only line I've got.
Yeah.
Over the trumpets, and then I hit him in the face with the flowers. That's kind of the tush.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Goldberg spit or the game spit or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the pyro.
The pyro. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
It's definitely something that needs to continue forever and ever and ever, because just like I was saying earlier, laughter is something that's lost on a lot of people nowadays.
Well, and the COVID stuff, and I don't mean to keep, I know I mentioned it 2 or 3 times,
Well, you're fine.
that changed everything.
It did.
It changed everything. It changed the way that we could even do this. Like when you'll see the Cupid videos, and I have a mask on my face.
Yep,
and I've got this sanitizer, and people think it's lube, which is really crazy. Like in the comments, everybody's like, "He packs around his own lube," and it's like, no, that's this is kid friendly. This is innocent. This is just sanitized.
It's funny that you say that, because I saw some of the COVID videos, obviously the mask and everything, and I saw the lube, and you squeezed out the whole bottle load. I was like,
copious amounts. Copious amounts.
I was like, what is he going to do with that? That's crazy.
Copious amounts. And then I get that sanitizer. I mean, I won't stop until it's dripping in the floor.
I saw that.
And then, I'll rub my hands, and then I'll give them I call it the Ric Flair spit with the sanitizer or whatever.
That's awesome.
It was one of those things that I had to get the feel for it, because I was thinking, I'm gonna do this. Somebody's not gonna like this. So then the first flick was just kind of a, and then by the time it was over, I was like, slap.
Yeah. You kind of gotta ease into something like that.
You can't just jump in.
Yeah. That's funny. I saw that. I noticed that. I was like, he's got a bottle of lube.
Yeah, that's all the comments were like, he's got lube. What is he fixing to do to this guy?
Because the first thing you think of when you're watching something like this, I mean, your mind goes in a thousand different directions.
You're right. It does.
It does. It's all good. It's
and
all
then,
good.
and then so everybody's like, what has he got that lube for? And it was just COVID. And we're squeezing that because, I mean, we would get chewed up otherwise.
Yeah.
Somebody on there would be like, you have you been vaccinated?
Yeah.
And I get it. That's part of, if you got a bunch of people watching what you do, then obviously you're going to have some people that love what you do, and you're going to have some people that hate what you do. And the people that hate what you do won't quit watching you.
That's true.
Which is crazy.
That is crazy, yeah.
So when we do that, we've done the sanitizer and this and that, and then we would try to get close, but not too close. And then how do you dance 6 foot away from somebody?
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that kind of brought the flowers in was how do I reach you from
that's pretty genius
6 feet?
Yeah.
How do I get you involved in what we're doing? There's a video on here, and it's at the Cash Advance, I think in London, and the lady, she was adamant that I didn't get close to her.
Really?
And this is all on the video. Adamant I didn't get close to her. Son, please sit down. Adamant that I didn't get close to her. And so I grabbed a chair, and I said, well, let me just show you what you're missing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And then I started doing probably a Magic Steve, because I'm nowhere close to a Magic Mike. Maybe even a Magic
Steve.
Ted.
Dan.
But it was so funny. And then the leg cracked on the chair, because I'm kind of thrusting the chair forward, scooting it across the floor, because I know that would be really funny. And then the damn leg cracked, and it was a wooden chair that they have for their customers, and I could hear the leg crack.
Ooh. And
I'm thinking, I'm fixing to wind up in the floor for this woman who don't even want me dancing on her.
Yeah.
So I had to had to stop doing that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with the chairs.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time I tried it, and I never done that
work,
again. That's why I can safely say there's one video like that.
One and done. Yeah.
That was
it's
it.
a trial and error thing,
Right.
you know. But now the fact that you incorporated the lube, the I still call it lube, the hand sanitizer,
Yeah.
but you let people's imagination think that it was lube.
Yeah.
That was a genius idea right there.
Right.
You know, I mean, it just fits. You
It
know?
does.
This is hand sanitizer, but they think it's lube.
Especially
Oh, my God.
when you just dump
A whole
and
bottle.
and you just watch it drip. And I don't stay to clean up any of the mess that I leave.
Yeah.
So I kind of hate that for all the people that get those flowers and
Yeah.
all the sanitizer, because once I'm done, I'm checked out.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm so ready to grab my wings and run out the door, because I am just as embarrassed
Yeah.
as the person I danced on every single time. That's never left.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, that makes it new every time.
Yeah.
Genuine every time.
Right.
You know?
It's the
They
same
get the
feeling.
the real Cupid every single time that they order it.
You'll see me. I walk out, I have my wings under my arm. All right, see you guys. See you guys. So thinking about it. See you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I beat my wife out to the car most of the time, and she's
Do
the
you?
one recording. Yeah,
That's
I get it. Like it turns my. I am that anxious by the time it's over.
wow.
It probably just as embarrassed as any of those.
Well,
folks.
you really cannot tell it, because it's hilarious every time.
Right.
It goes down perfect every time. I love it.
Well, Samson goes with us on some of them, and I don't mean to keep you or whatever.
No, you're fine.
So we were at Mikasa and Corbin, and there was a lady, and I think her name was Bessie, and this is her 70th birthday, and this video is on there too. It's probably maybe
wow.
10 or 12 video from where we're at now.
Yeah.
But I mean, she is the handsiest woman.
Really?
Yeah, and most of these new videos, it's my wife recording.
Yeah.
Okay, which she gets a sense of humor. She knows that my way out of that restaurant is in her car. That's it. But this lady is 60, and she heard the trumpets and then she turns around and she goes, "You're here for me, baby."
Oh, she was all about it.
Yeah, she was all about it.
Wow.
And it made me uncomfortable. She was so all about it.
I was wondering if you
Yeah.
ever had an instance where people got a little bit too familiar with the costume.
And Samson, my son, is like, "Dad, you're not coming home with us. I can't believe
Yeah.
you done this with that woman." And I was like, "Bro,
I got paid.
I'll feed you. We'll get some McDonald's on the way home and discuss this."
Yeah.
And of course, my wife just kind of laughs about it. But he's like, "You can't be doing that, Dad. You can't be
Yeah.
doing that, Dad."
Yeah. Keep you in check.
Yeah, he again, I don't need to feel any worse about it when I leave. But then when your kid's like, and you're just like, "Son, that wasn't Dad.
Yeah. That was a character.
That was that woman, Bessie, is who it was.
It wasn't my fault. I didn't do anything about it.
I just stood there. I didn't even have to put on a show for anybody."
That's great stuff. So tell us a little bit about your YouTube channel there, buddy. What all you got on there?
I mostly got ghost hunting videos.
Ghost hunting videos. So you ain't afraid of ghosts?
Only a little.
I'm very afraid of ghosts. You think you could help me out with that? How do I not be afraid of ghosts?
Just don't pay attention.
Don't pay attention to them?
Well, we've got tools too.
Okay.
Tell me about your tools.
Yeah,
that you
what kind
use.
of tools you got?
Most detects where how close it is, a thermal camera, EMF, and a laser grid.
Well, what's the EMF?
The EMF is a electromagnetic field.
Oh, really? So this is high-tech stuff right
Oh
now.
yeah, we had to go to the ghost shop and pick this stuff up.
A ghost shop.
Yeah, this is ghostshop.com.
It's
Really?
actually called Ghost Stop.
Go stop. I'm sorry.
Oh, ghost stop. Okay. Get it right, Dad.
I just pay the money.
You do your job. I've got, there's a place, you've probably heard of it, called Waverly Hills in Louisville, I believe it is.
Yeah, the sanitarium. Or
Yeah, the sanitarium. It's supposed to be the most haunted place in Kentucky, I think.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go there. as scared as I am of ghosts, I've always wanted to go there. There's like on the internet, you can get on there and look up Waverly Hills Sanitarium. They've got, I think it's called EVPs. Is that right? Electro voice something of these recordings of the ghosts and stuff in this place. It's really, really weird.
If you go to Florida, there's also a most haunted house.
Oh, really?
Yes.
The most haunted house is in Florida?
Yes.
Mount Dora. We went down to Mount Dora. There's a Masonic lodge that used to be a
Home.
It used to be a home, and the Masonic folks, they do ghost tours of the house and stuff
Really?
like that. Yeah.
Wow. That is fun stuff. I like being scared. I just don't like actually dealing with.
Yeah, we're hunters.
Okay.
We're hunters that don't want to find anything. We just just appreciate the hunt.
No, that's
If I found some, it's video's over. Nothing else.
So when you find it, you cut the video.
Yes.
I don't blame you. I probably would too, and run. Yeah. There's a lot of haunted places around here. Have you ever heard of the Witch's Grave?
A little.
It's in Pine Knot, Kentucky, up around McCreary County. Supposedly you get back there and there's, to my knowledge, there's not a train system in Pine Knot, but you're supposed to get back there to this grave, and there was a witch buried there like in the 1920s or 1820s or something like that. And this, you're supposed to get back there and like the temperature drops 20 degrees. You start seeing your breath in the dead of summer.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah. And you get back there and it drops like 20, 25, 30 degrees.
And we're not talking about none of these Salem witches either. We're talking about the 1918.
Yeah, the legit
witches.
The legit witches. And you get back there and apparently there's a statue of this lady.
Oh, wow.
On her gravesite.
So a rich witch.
Yeah. She had some money. She had some stroke somewhere, apparently. And all of a sudden, you're supposed to hear this train whistle blow. And to my knowledge, like I said, there's not a train in this county.
Oh, wow.
So, might want to look into going up there. I know y'all live in Corbin, so.
I'll have to ask Danny and send us some information.
Yeah, I'll hook you up with the old witch's grave up there.
We'll have to shoot a video and send it to you.
Yeah.
I'm sure it won't be that much.
Yeah.
You'll have to look into the witch's grave. I've always wanted to go up there, but I mean, it's not very far from y'all, obviously, but it's not far from me either.
See, again, I'm just there for the hunt.
Yeah.
I'm not there. I don't want to take anything home with me.
No.
I'm not willing to say I believe in anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to attach myself to nothing.
No.
Or no possession.
Just
definitely not.
Let a little boy's imagination go.
Absolutely. Let a kid be a kid.
Right.
Absolutely.
And if I find a ghost, I'm running out.
I don't blame you. I'll be right behind you.
Dad'll be right behind you then.
Yeah. We'll all just run out screaming and crying and get out of there, buddy.
Hey, we bring our wings and fly out, man.
Yeah. That's what to do.
I think they're Walmart rings.
Now, what's the name of your YouTube channel again now?
SD Ghost Hunters?
SD Ghost Hunters?
Yeah, S&D, Samson and Dad.
Oh, Samson and Dad. Okay,
That's it's S&D for Samson and
S&D
Dad.
Ghost Hunters. Everybody look Samson up on YouTube. S&D Ghost Hunters, and subscribe to his channel and watch all his videos. He's a cool little dude. He's got more nerve than I do. I wouldn't be doing what he's doing. I'm too scared. And I definitely couldn't do what you're doing, Paul. It's the most hilarious thing that I've watched in years. Yeah. And I hope that it grows and grows.
Just wait, we're gonna have some videos. We're gonna have some good ones. Valentine's Day.
I can't wait.
We're gonna be blowing it up.
I can't wait. It's awesome. Everybody remember to go to Sugar Booger's Custom Cakes on Facebook. Order you a cake. Order this guy. Get him to come deliver it to somebody that you know, or heck, somebody you don't even like. Somebody nice for Paul's sake.
Go find a house for $3.99.
Yeah, and look up Country Cupid on TikTok, everybody. you will laugh your head off at this guy. He's a funny guy, and he's a super nice guy. This is like the first time I've met you. Right. I feel like I've known you for a long time. Real easy to talk to. So everybody just check these guys out and let them make you laugh. It's nothing but laughter and good times.
Well, Danny, thanks for having us.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all coming, and thank you, Samson, for telling us about your YouTube page, buddy. I hope you go viral all the time.
Only 10 subscribers. Only 10. That's all I have right now.
You just got to keep uploading, buddy. They'll come. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.